So, are you ready? We still got it. Our defense still has to come along. And this is the hard part. You get a game where you want to get players on the floor and you want to play everybody. But the hard part for me as a coach is you don't want to let off the defensive pedal. And everybody has to understand that. And I know they do understand it. I mean, we had some lineups in there that never played together. We had players playing out of position and stuff like that. But the defensive effort and what you're doing defensively is incredibly important. And that can never wane. And, pleased with some other things that we did on the floor today, but, always pleased to win a game. But we've got a big one coming up, and you always want to make sure that you're holding yourself to a standard defensively.
Coach, talking about that big one coming up, as a team, would you rather have the time off to prepare like they are doing, or would you rather play a game leading into a big game like that?
Honestly, I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I really do, because you'd be practicing anyway. And they would much rather play a game than practice. So I don't know if honestly, I don't have an answer for that. One or the other. I like playing. Maybe I like playing more so they can get in a better rhythm.
You offensively, you got off to a little bit of a slow start. Did that have anything to do with, not being able to maybe hit some outside shots and loosen up what they were trying to do, or is it just you weren't getting into your offense?
We just weren't getting into it. We turned the ball over too much. I mean, we had how many turnovers was it? Well, like not even 6 minutes into the game, we had 5 turnovers. Well, there's zero opportunity to get into your offense when that happens. So 11 turnovers at the half, that's just bad basketball. So that's no fault. That's just poor decision making. And we want to push pace, there's no question, but we're not saying we want you to thread needles and make passes that are incredibly hard. Better decision-making has to happen.
The one thing I noticed on the stat sheet at halftime, you had, I think, only 2 second-chance points. But then
at halftime.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Zoe got on the boards, and she kept the ball alive, and that's when you started getting those second-chance baskets.
I challenged her at halftime heavily. Because she can be a phenomenal offensive rebounder. And you're right, you said it. She has tips and some deflections to get the ball into her teammates' hands. So she doesn't get credit for that as an O board, but she kept balls alive. But she finished with 5 O boards, 11 overall. But that kid could be a just off the chart rebounder.
One person that stood out to me that we haven't got to see play that much is Thompson, and she really has some great one-on-one abilities out there on the court, and she throws her body around,
Yeah, she's fearless. She's a fearless player. She's a really quick, agile athlete, and she's fearless. She's a fun kid to coach too. She really is. Her day's coming.
With Ari not playing, what did you have to change, or did you change anything with your offense? Well,
we didn't change anything with our offense. We really didn't. It's just a matter of we're just low in the post department. We had KB and Zoe starting at the post. Then you're coming off. We had our 4 available post players starting because Inez and Kara will sub in at the 4. That's hard. That's hard. But hopefully, Inez will be back with us.
Of course, some of those players got the ball down low, had good looks at the basket, but the ball just wasn't dropping down there.
Wasn't dropping for them. And normally they make those, so I don't know what the problem was, why they weren't dropping. They just you got to finish those shots or draw the foul, one or the other, because they had the ball in a good position at times, but just a little. I think a little. I don't know if the size coming at them bothered them or what, but usually they finish those.
I think the one player that gave you guys a hard time was Adams. She really knows how to play the game.
She does. She's a nice player and really heated up later. Yeah.
Your defense, I don't know whether it was the defense or their lack of shooting, held them to 21% at the half.
Yeah.
What did you see there?
Yeah, I just thought our defense was on point. I thought our ball screen defense was good. I thought We were talking well. I just thought it was on point. I mean, and that's what we do. We want to. That's who we want. That's who we are. That's what we want to do. But yeah, holding somebody to 21% now. Now she might tell you that they just didn't shoot the ball well. That might have been it. But I think our pressure bothered them.
And of course, when you're down close to the court, you can hear them. They really communicate on defense.
Yeah.
It seemed.
Yeah, you have to. If you're not talking on defense, you're not going to be very successful. So it's something we have to work on, though. It's because you're tired. You're breathing hard. You don't want to have to use your breath to talk. But we've gotten better at it, but we still need to get even better. But I think it helps us. I mean, there's no question it helps us play better defense, but stay connected as a group.
When you're a player out there and you get like you were talking about, a 30 or 40 point lead, is the tendency to let up a little maybe on defense because they started getting the ball down low and uncontested?
Well, I think we saw that a little bit at the end of the game, and I know different lineups are in the game, but you get that lead, and you don't want to play defense as hard. It's like you just want to get the ball back. You don't care if it comes through the net or what. You just want to get the ball back so you can go play offense. So, but I think that's just natural, but I don't like it, not one bit, because everybody needs to get better defensively.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.